This story is called The Rainbow Fish. At the end of this story, I'm going to be asking you some questions. So, keep your eyes and ears open. The first kind of question I'm going to ask you is called a here question. This means the answer will be right here in the story. Then I'm going to ask you a hidden question. This means the answer is in the story, but you might have to search a little bit for it. Look for a clue. Then I'll ask you a head question. What you think about something. The answer will not be in the story. You'll be using your brains for this one. And at the end, I will ask you a heart question. The answer won't be in the story either. This is going to be about your feelings about the story. A long way out in the deep blue sea, there lived a fish. Not just an ordinary fish, but the most beautiful fish in the entire ocean. His scales were every shade of blue and green and purple, with sparkling silver scales among them. The other fish were amazed at his beauty. They called him Rainbow Fish. "Come on, Rainbow Fish," they would call. "Come and play with us." But Rainbow Fish would just glide past, proud and silent, letting his scales shimmer. One day, a little blue fish followed after him. "Rainbow Fish," he called, "wait for me. Please give me one of your shiny scales. They are so wonderful, and you have so many." "You want me to give you one of my special scales? Who do you think you are?" cried the Rainbow Fish. "Get away from me." Shocked, the little blue fish swam away. He was so upset. He told all his friends what had happened. From then on, no one would have anything to do with the Rainbow Fish. They turned away when he swam by. What good were the dazzling, shimmering scales with no one to admire them? Now he was the loneliest fish in the entire ocean. One day, he poured out his troubles to the starfish. "I really am beautiful. Why doesn't anybody like me?" "I can't answer that for you," said the starfish. "But if you go beyond the coral reef to a deep cave, you will find the wise octopus. Maybe she can help you." The Rainbow Fish found the cave. It was very dark inside, and he couldn't see anything. Then suddenly, two eyes caught him in their glare, and the octopus emerged from the darkness.
"I have been waiting for you,"
said the octopus with a deep voice.
"The waves have told me your story. This is my advice. Give a glittering scale to each of the other fish. You will no longer be the most beautiful fish in the sea, but you will discover how to be happy."
"I can't," the Rainbow Fish started to say, but the octopus had already disappeared into a dark cloud of ink. "Give away my scales, my beautiful shining scales. Never. How could I ever be happy without them?" Suddenly he felt the light touch of a fin. The little blue fish was back. "Rainbow Fish, please, don't be angry. I just want one little scale." The Rainbow Fish wavered. "Only one very, very small shimmery scale?" he thought. "Well, maybe I wouldn't miss just one." Carefully, the Rainbow Fish pulled out the smallest scale and gave it to the little fish. Thank you very much." The little blue fish bubbled playfully as he took the shiny scale in among his blue ones. A rather peculiar feeling came over the Rainbow Fish. For a long time he watched the little blue fish swim back and forth with his new scale glittering in the water. The little blue fish whizzed through the ocean with his scale flashing, so it didn't take long before the Rainbow Fish was surrounded by the other fish. Everyone wanted a glittering scale. the rainbow fish shared his scales left and right, and the more that he gave away, the more delighted he became. When the water around him filled with glimmering scales, he at last felt at home among the other fish. Finally, the rainbow fish had only one shining scale left. His most prized possession had been given away, yet he was very happy. "Come on, rainbow fish," they called. "Come and play with us." "Here I come," said the rainbow fish, and happy as a splash, he swam off to join his friends. The end. So at the start of the video, I said I was going to be asking you some questions. The first question I'm going to ask you is a here question, and remember, the answer was right in the story. Where did the rainbow fish live? He lived in the deep, dark sea, didn't he? Here's our next question. It's a hidden one. So the answer was in the story, but you might have had to look for a clue to figure out the answer. Why did the little blue fish want one of Rainbow Fish's shiny scales? Do you think you know the answer? It's because they were so beautiful and sparkly. Here's a hedge question. This means the answer wasn't really in the story. You've got to search your own brain for this one. Do you think the octopus was clever? I think he was very clever. Maybe you got the same answer as me. He gave some good advice to Rainbow Fish. He told Rainbow Fish to give away some of his scales so that he could make friends with the other fish. And the answer to this last question is going to come right from your heart. Do you think this story has a happy ending? Well, I think we probably all got the same answer to this one. Yes, it was a really happy ending. Why? Because Rainbow Fish had made friends with all of the other fish in the ocean and they were playing together.